What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Godson Gaming. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you my spoiler review of Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, was this movie good? Not really. Not really. And this is coming from a die-hard Jurassic Park fan. It's my favorite movie of all time. I will love it to the day that I die. I'll watch it to the day that I die. And I'll pretty much accept any dinosaur movie that comes afterwards, good or bad, and I will watch it no matter what. For the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I love Jurassic Park. With that being said, let's talk about this movie. It's definitely got some pros and it's got some cons. Let's talk about the pros first. Pro number one in this movie, by far the most important one, the way the dinosaurs look. The way that the dinosaurs look and are portrayed in this movie is by far the best. And I know it's like 2025, graphics get better, but the dinosaurs look and feel the best in this movie than they have in any other Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movie, and it's not even close. From the Spinosauruses to the Mosasauruses to the mutated dinosaurs to the T-Rex, the long-necked dinosaurs, I can't remember the name of them, the flying one, the Quetzalcoatlus, they all look absolutely amazing. Like, I know graphics is getting pretty good these days, but it felt way more real and way more suspenseful. Like, there's a lot of action in this movie. People die. Like, actually, I know people die in the previous movies, but like, people die throughout the movie. People die kind of in the beginning. People die in the middle. People die at the end. Like, people, this is probably has the most death out of any of the Jurassic movies. And I'm here for it. It actually feels like, out of all the high stakes Jurassic Park and World movies, this one feels high stake in the sense that, like, when they get trapped on this island, not only do people die, but like they actually show a scene where like they shoot a dinosaur and the dinosaur dies. It's like the dinosaurs aren't these weird invincible kind of creatures that they're just trying to avoid and they're not defending themselves. Like, they actually do defend themselves, at least in one scene, and it was refreshing because there was like a sense of dread. Like, because people died throughout the movie, there was a sense of like you didn't know who was going to die next. And in the previous movies, it all kind of felt a little kiddish, even though it's like, you know, Jurassic World movies, I wouldn't say are necessarily for kids, but it's like you kind of didn't think anybody was really going to die throughout the movie. Like, in blood and all that, like, there were some scenes in this movie. Like there was a scene, I mean, this is my spoiler review, so I'm going to just talk freely here. There was a scene where like the girl dies on the beach and she gets dragged in the water and the Spinosaurus is like thrashing its body around like it's like a crocodile eating prey. Like, it's pretty gnarly. And there's like blood all over the beach and stuff like that. Like, it's refreshing to like actually not only view these meat-eating creatures as like these predatory things, but like they actually kill people and other things. Like, it's refreshing because it feels dangerous. So that feels awesome. Jesus Christ, what's next? Other than that, then the dinosaurs and the action and the dying, that might be the extent of the pros. Because there's not outside of that, and that is refreshing. Like, the pros alone got it to a 6 out of 10, because let me tell you, nothing else in this movie helped it. As far as cons, let's just start from the beginning. All of the actors they chose, from Scarlett Johansson, who seems to be trying to act like she's still the Black Widow from Marvel, like that same kind of attitude and demeanor and like kind of humorous like tones and how she approaches things. It was just, it felt very off. Like, from her getting hired to them meeting the doctor to them meeting up with the rest of her crew, none of it was believable. Like, and I know this is like a fake dinosaur movie, but like, they're actors. Like, they should make you want to feel like it's real. Like in all the other, like the original Jurassic Park movie, Alan Grant and the blonde hair chick whose name I could never remember, to Ian Malcolm, all of them, they felt like they were real people. Like, they're made up characters, but they felt like that was what they did. Like, you could tell he really, like Alan Grant really loved dinosaurs, and Ian Malcolm fucking hated them and thought everything was a bad idea. Like, their motives and motivations and their decision-making skills was all really on par to the character. And you got none of that from these characters. Like, from the interaction, like, there's a scene when they're on their way to the island where they meet up with the black actor. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. There's no other way for me to describe somebody. I don't know his name. He's one of the members of the team that helped him, like, get onto the island and try to help him get off the island. And there's this moment where they have, and mind you, we just met both these characters. The movie has done nothing to explain any parts of their personality or their backstory. And Scarlett Johansson and this other guy have this moment where they're talking about, like, how Scarlett Johansson lost, like, a loved one or, like, a really close partner, and the other guy lost, like, his kid, and they have this really weird forced emotional moment, and, like, just none of it's believable. Not to mention, you know, slight shift, the weird sexual, like, romantic tension that forms between Scarlett Johansson and like the doctor guy. Not necessary, completely forced, felt weird. Because there were so many things introduced in this movie that none of it came to fruition. Like, nothing came of it. Like, yeah, he was a good guy and I liked his character and I liked the way he thought about things and how he wanted to, like, help the world instead of help this corporation, you know, do all, you know, sell this thing for their own profit and not really help anybody. And, like, I liked his character, but when their lives are on the line, are you really thinking with your dick, truthfully? No, you're fucking not. That's the last thing on your mind. So it's just, it felt so unbelievably horrible to where, now I will say the family that they meet, they were not bad. The dad with the two daughters and the idiot boyfriend's character was, you know, the classic horrible boyfriend. He kind of redeemed himself. I really thought he was going to redeem himself to die. Didn't die, which was kind of surprising, considering the fact that a lot of other people died. But it was also very obvious to know who was going to die because there was a bunch of, like, you know, side characters and kind of with the group where it was like, yeah, you don't really talk a whole lot. You're not going to survive this movie. So yeah, other than that, the biggest issue to kind of finalize my thoughts about this movie, and that is the whole point of, like, all of these movies, they kind of introduce, like, a main villain or antagonist, like dinosaur. Like with Jurassic Park, I would dare say it was kind of the T-Rex, but not really. It was more like the Velociraptors. And in the end, you still kind of got that scene where the T-Rex came in, he ate the Velociraptors. You know, in the second one, you had the scene where they kind of had to work their way around the T-Rex to get it back in the boat. The third one, Spinosaurus, like, there was a lot of action. I wouldn't necessarily say how the hell does the third one end? I can't remember. It's been so long. Anyways, there's always, like, some moment at, like, the end of the movie, or at least somewhere to the end of the movie, where there's, like, some action scene that makes it kind of feel worth it, like the journey's worth it. And again, there wasn't anything to that. The very beginning of the movie, they introduced the D-Rex, and you didn't see the D-Rex until all the way to the end of the movie. And you only saw him for like 10 minutes, briefly. Like, he showed up, he killed somebody. Okay, let's backtrack even just a step further. The moment that the flying, mutated, like half flying, half velociraptor dinosaurs got introduced, it was like this weird facility where, like, they were at, like, a grocery store, like a convenience store, and then they escaped into, like, the tunnel systems to get away. And the asshole guy who worked for the corporation, who's just trying to get the genetic sample so he can create new medicine and get super filthy rich, he hopped off in a vehicle and was speeding, mind you. And the main group of people, like the good guys, not the bad guy, were just hoofing it on foot in a tunnel system. And somehow they got to the dock area first, faster than the guy speeding in a vehicle, in the whip, skirt, you know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. Mind you, when they introduced the D-Rex, the dock should have been somewhere like on the other side of the island. Like they would still need to go a really long distance to get there. And they were there in the matter of minutes. So as soon as they got there, they beat the bad guy in the Jeep. He dies. They're at the dock. The black guy sacrifices himself. The sacrifice means nothing because he doesn't die. And I was waiting for there to be a moment where, like, I heard speculation that there was going to be a fight scene between the D-Rex and, like, the Spinosauruses because they were in water. And, like, the ending of the movie kind of ended around water. So I was like, oh, maybe the Spinosaurus thing is happening. Like, that'd be tight. Nothing happened. Not a fucking thing. Not a single fucking thing. This thing got introduced, and it was menacing. Mind you, this dinosaur looked pretty stupid. It was like half a T-Rex, half a gorilla, like with 4 arms. Like it was just walking around on its knuckles, grabbing shit. Like it was menacing. It's okay. I would say the one redeeming factor that the D-Rex have, his eyes looked terrifying. He was a terrifying looking monster. And I guess that's the main theme. Like he's not supposed to look like a dinosaur. He's meant to be a monster. Mind you, we only got to see him for 5 minutes, so it kind of doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, so the guy sacrifices himself for nothing. They meet back up with him on the boat that they're escaping on, and then they just leave. You don't even see them giving the samples to like the corporate or the other groups of people who would like create life-saving medicine. Like you don't see anything of like, you don't see any of the fruits of their labor, anything pay off. The movie just ends with them riding away on the boat. Like it seems like this movie, as long as it already was missing like 30 minutes. It was missing the scene where like the D-Rex finds them, it chases them, and they have to hoof it to the dock. Like they have to get to the destination, and somewhere along the destination with the D-Rex chasing them, they run into another big predator, and the D-Rex has to fight. Like it was missing the climactic ending. Like them just showing the D-Rex was not climactic enough. It wasn't around enough. It didn't do anything. It just showed up, it ate one person, they outsmarted it by a guy running with a flare, and that was it. That was literally it. The movie didn't have an ending. It was missing 30 minutes. It was missing the entire of them getting to the dock so they can escape and one big fight scene. Whether it was them fighting with the dinosaur and them trying to escape, some suspenseful climactic, and it was missing something. There was nothing. There was nothing. I can look past, like, and that's the crazy thing, is if this movie had that, if this movie had the climactic ending, I would still give it like an 8 out of 10. I would still give it a very good rating. I can look past the unbelievable characters. I can look past the horrible dialogue between them. I can look past the horrible casting with characters, because honestly, they're all great actors, but none of them felt like they belonged in this movie other than like the doctor guy, other than the dinosaur guy. And then the engine guy who got eaten in the end. He was good at being creepy. But other than that, nobody felt like they belonged. And I would be able to look past all of the cons of this movie if it just had an ending. There was no ending. How do you have a movie without an ending? That's horrible. Now, mind you, if you're like me, truthfully, and if you're wondering if you want to go see this movie and you're like me, and you just love dinosaurs, still go see it. Because there are some of the best like footage and editing and CGI of dinosaurs in any movie ever. Like just the river scene with the T-Rex alone is enough to go see that movie, because it was very suspenseful. Like you felt fearful for the characters because, like I said, people were dying throughout the movie. Mind you, so long story short, go see the movie if you like dinosaurs. If you're going to this movie because you're hoping to see some wonderful plot or some wonderful payoff and you think it's going to be a great movie, do not go see this movie. You will be wildly disappointed. Yeah, just don't go see it. And mind you, if I want to throw one last little tidbit there at the end, they showed like the trailer. I remember seeing like snip bits and footage online of like stuff that they were showing in trailers from different areas that they were like, you know, this trailer from this part of the world got to see this part of the clip or something like that. From the Mosasaurus scene with the Spinosauruses to the scene with the long-necked dinosaurs in the field to the T-Rex river scene to the flying velociraptors to the D-Rex, every scene with dinosaurs to the Quetzalcoatlus finding them in its nest, you got to see every fucking bit of dinosaurs from trailers. There was nothing, there was like that was, and I'm still okay with that because I really thought there was going to be some mysterious fight at the end of the movie that I was like, I haven't seen yet. I'm still waiting to be blown away. I know I've seen all this footage, like everything I'd seen up until like the last 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like, I've seen all that in trailers. None of this is surprising. It's still super cool. I'm just waiting to see the big finish. And there was none. There was no big finish. And it was wildly disappointing. And my wife walked out of that theater just occasionally every couple of seconds, kind of like looking at each other like we couldn't believe the movie we just watched, or at least we couldn't believe the ending we just watched. You know what it really was? You know what it really felt like? It felt like they just ran out of money. They felt like, you know, like they were like, we were on our last $1 million. Let's go ahead and wrap this shit up because we don't have the budget. That's what it really felt like. If the movie had the ending just on the action and suspense and people dying and dinosaurs killing people and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it would be a great movie. It would be a really cool, good dinosaur movie. Sadly, it isn't. It's a bad movie. I still enjoyed it more than maybe all of the Jurassic World movies outside of the first Jurassic World, because that Jurassic World movie had an incredible fight scene between the T-Rex, the Indominus Rex, the Velociraptor, and then the Mosasaurus in the end. That scene alone made that whole movie wonderful. That was the majority of the reason why I showed up to watch that movie. Dinosaurs, dinosaur DNA. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, my rating for this movie has to be, like, the more I talk about it, the more mad I get. But if I'm just going to be honest, just on the awesomeness of the dinosaurs, I got to give it like a 6 out of 10. On the action and the death and the dinosaur scenes alone, a 6 out of 10. It's not good by any means, but fuck, it could have been so much better. It could have been so good, and it's so disappointing. Maybe if they didn't hire Scarlett Johansson and they picked some other hungry actress who would have probably did a better job, and they could have saved money, and they probably could have finished the movie maybe not just hiring her alone, but you know what I mean? Like, Scarlett Johansson didn't need to be in this fucking movie. Nobody needed her. Nobody needed Black Widow in this goddamn movie. Nobody. I'm going to end this video before I start yelling. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far in the video, I want to let you know that I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye.